Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. This video is a little bit different from what I usually do on this channel, but look, I think it is important. I've said it, I'm going to start turning blue in the face. How important this recruiting class of 2024 is. Look, when Josh Heupel came to Tennessee, the cupboard was bare. There was not a lot there to work with. He's done a great job in the transfer portal. What he did in the class of 22, also the class of 23, very important, kind of building this foundation for the future of Tennessee football. But I think the class of 24 gives you the opportunity to take that talent to the next level. We've talked about the guys like Ryan Wingo, Mike Matthews. You got the #1 running back in the country showing interest in Tennessee, the top linebacker in the country showing interest in Tennessee. There are some legitimate dudes, and I think this class of 24, particularly, you got to add more talent on defense. You've got to add more talent on the offensive line. Talking about Wingo trending towards Georgia yesterday, it's not the end of the world. I think, and some of you guys put this in the comment section, Tennessee's probably always going to be just fine when it comes to the wide receiver position, but they've got a huge advantage, or they're working towards a huge advantage in recruiting. We're going to get into that and talk about it here in just a second. But as always, you guys know what to do. Smash the thumbs up just below the video. That is quick, free, and easy. It helps the channel, and I would appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Got some fun live streams for you coming up tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Myself and Coach Jay will be on here breaking down the film. We're going to go head-to-head, Shamrod Umarov versus Stanton Rambo. Did Tennessee get the better offensive tackle? And then we got a fun live stream coming up late night, Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Austin Price from VolQuest.com will be in the house. I'll go one-on-one for about an hour, talking all things Tennessee football with AP. I know a lot of you guys are excited about that. I am a huge fan of what Austin Price does over there at VolQuest. So I'm excited to get on here and just talk some ball with him. Laid back, get the real story from AP. Should be a lot of fun. But let's jump into it. What's the advantage for Tennessee in the world of recruiting? Well, it's right here, article from Saturday Down South. Saw a lot of you guys talking about this as well. Hendon Hooker draft stock. NFL.com's Daniel Jeremiah includes VAWLS quarterback as a first-round pick in the latest mock draft. Now, why is this important? It's not just the quarterback position, but Hendon Hooker would be a huge start, because I think, and myself included, Hendon Hooker, he will go down as a Tennessee legend. What he is, we talk about the foundation, the building blocks, who started this thing, because I truly feel like Tennessee football is back. Josh Heupel finally has us going in the right direction. It's one of those things, when he was hired, we were all trying to sit here and be patient and say, hey, I'm not going to buy in too early. You're going to have to prove it to me, Josh Heupel. Now here we are, second season in, 11 wins, Orange Bowl win, huge excitement around the program. But is it a guy like Hendon Hooker? Is a guy like Jalen Hyatt, a guy like Cedric Tillman, VAWLS Jones, are they a product of a system, or are they true, legitimate NFL talent? And that's why I think when we look at recruiting battles with teams like Ohio State, with teams like Georgia, that have that proven track record recently of sending guys to the league, I think that is a recruiting pitch they can use against Tennessee. So if you're able to take Hendon Hooker, and what he did in 2022 was phenomenal. I was preaching it all year long. Hendon Hooker for Heisman. He deserved to be in New York. His PlayStation numbers, over 3,100 yards, 27 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. The quarterback efficiency at the top of the charts. Hendon Hooker deserved to be in New York. Now, does he deserve to be a first-round NFL draft pick? Some of you guys have got mad at me when I said, I don't really know. I don't know that Hendon Hooker is a first-round draft pick, because I'm asking the same questions that are out there. Is it a product of a system? If anybody can come in and be successful in Josh Heupel's offense, how does that translate to the NFL? Because that's what a lot of these guys are focused on. Let's take a look at the article here. Again, this is from Saturday Down South. Says here, Hendon Hooker was putting together a phenomenal season for Tennessee before a knee injury cut his season short. Not only did that injury end Hooker's time with the Vols, but it also put a damper on his stock for the 2023 draft. Nevertheless, Hooker has done what he can to boost his draft stock in time since the season has ended. Hooker impressed during the interview portion of the Senior Bowl and is reportedly on track to be available for week 1 of the NFL year. NFL.com analyst Daniel Jeremiah also remains high on Hooker in his latest mock draft. He noted, easy for me to say, that Hooker is well liked around the league and had the Vol QB slated as a first-round pick. Again, a first-round draft pick. You go look at previous years, volunteers in the NFL. And again, this is just a recruiting pitch that is used against Tennessee. It is what it is. You got to go all the way back to 2017, Derek Barnett being a first-round draft pick. Prior to that, 2014, Juwan James. 2013, CP was drafted in the first round by the Vikings. And then you got to go back to 2010, Eric Berry and Dan Williams. Just not a whole lot of first-round draft picks coming out of Tennessee in recent years. And, yeah, time's been tough. It's been a long 2 decades of misery for us Tennessee fans, and we're finally going back on the right track. But, again, the importance of putting guys into the NFL. And that's why I talk about, the wide receiver position and VAWLS Jones getting drafted last year. VAWLS goes in the 3rd round of the Chicago Bears. Now, who's the next guy up? Jalen Hyatt. You got to get him drafted. Cedric Tillman. Can Cedric Tillman get drafted? And then you look at this year's roster, the wide receivers that are coming back. The next guy you got to get to the league is Brew McCoy. Can Ramel Keaton, I've been on record talking about, the transfer coming in from Oregon and how Thornton is going to take over the outside position. Can Ramel Keaton put up a fight and get drafted? The more guys you put in the league, the easier it becomes that your school is a pipeline to the NFL. That's why I think it is so big. When I saw this article of Hendon Hooker trending towards the first round, it is important. Goes on to say, here's what Jeremiah had to say about Hooker while projecting him to the Minnesota Vikings with the 23rd overall pick. Says the Vikings have been doing their homework on this quarterback class. Hooker is well liked around the league. He could sit for a year behind Kirk Cousins before taking over and ushering in a new era for Kevin O'Connell. Says here he was the only quarterback outside the Big Four, which includes Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and Will Levis, that Jeremiah projects his first-round pick. Considering the injury concerns related to Hooker, that is a great sign for the quarterback stock moving towards April. Now, if you ask my opinion, and again, do I know is what do you guys think? Put it in the comments. Is Hendon Hooker a legitimate first-round draft pick? I'm sure a lot of you guys get mad when I say that I don't know if he is. But when I look at those guys that are first-round draft picks, I look at the Big Four he's talking about there. Bryce Young, is he better than Hendon Hooker? Probably. C.J. Stroud, I don't know, man. I don't know if C.J. Stroud's better than Hendon Hooker, but I know for a fact that Anthony Richardson and Will Levis are not better quarterbacks than Hendon Hooker. So if they deserve to be first-round draft picks, then I guess Hendon Hooker does as well. And that is the recruiting advantage for Tennessee. You get Hendon Hooker drafted in the first round. You get Jalen Hyatt drafted early. And then you start looking to next year. Joe Milton, if everybody's going to obsess over Anthony Richardson's arm, if they're going to obsess over Will Levis and his size and his arm, if Joe Milton goes out and puts up the type of numbers that Hendon Hooker put up in 2022, if Joe Milton mimics that or comes close to that in 2023, Joe Milton's not going to go in the first round. He's going to go early in the first round because they're going to be looking at his frame, his arm, and say, okay, well, he's proven he can do it on the field as well. So you put Hendon into the NFL. You put Joe into the NFL. And then we break every record in Tennessee school history with Nico Iamaleava, and we put him in the NFL. And then every quarterback around the country is taking notice. They want to come play for Tennessee. They want to come play for Josh Heupel, and the rebuild is on. It's not a rebuild. It's a dynasty, and Tennessee is back. Hit the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about the NFL draft and how that becomes an advantage for Tennessee football and just how big it would be for Hendon Hooker to get drafted in that first round? As always, guys, smash the thumbs up. Do me a favor. If you're not a member of the channel, hit that join button down below. It's just $1 a month. That's it. Just $1. We're right around the corner from 20,000 subscribers. We appreciate the support. If you can financially give to what we're trying to do around here, that gives me the opportunity to do this full time. And I'm very appreciative of that. But if you want to contribute, if you want to support this channel, hit that join button down below. You can also go check out the merch. Go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. The links are in the description to join the channel, to pick up the merchandise, whatever you want to do. Everything is in that description below as well. But I appreciate the support, guys. Don't forget tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, myself and Coach Jay will be live. And then Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, I'll go one-on-one with Austin Price, talking all things Tennessee football, recruiting. We'll get into it. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.